All right, I'm back. So I went through and EQ'd everything. About to get started on leveling, but what I wanted to talk about was um, Gage had a question about keeping the velocity of the baseline notes the same. Um, I meant to go into that in the last vid, but that TB base lane is good for keeping that max velocity. Um, Actually, the default really helps to me anyway. I just leave it at the default, but you can change, the low pass cutoff frequency and the width of the curve and the gain if you want. But for the most part, usually after I EQ and I slap this on the top, usually that helps me, So, but that helps maximize that sound. So that's usually what I do. All right. Another thing that I was doing is I have a analyst tool, a spectrum analyzer tool called Blue Cats. I'll provide a link to that as well. But when I'm EQing, I put this on the master channel to make sure I'm getting a full curve, a full frequency curve. I'm going to go into more of that in the mastering video, but for your mix, you also want to at least have a nice curve that isn't too jagged. And if I play a small bit of this, so what you're trying to go for is that full curve when you're EQing. And then when those other parts come in, that fills up this area. But yeah, what you're wanting is a nice natural curve where nothing is standing out too much, because you want all your frequencies to be at the same level. All right, so. But again, I'll go more into that in the mastering session. But so yeah, that's what I use to try to keep the frequencies of each instrument in check and make sure one is not too much louder than the other. So, all right. So now I'm going to go into one thing you'll probably see me do is some automation, because there's a time where I take the filter off of the sample that I use. I take the filter off the sample that I use, and the sample gets a little louder. So I don't want. I still want to hear the full brunt of the sample, but I don't want it too loud. So I'm gonna have to turn. I'm gonna have to turn this down when I take that filter off. So that's what I'm gonna show you how to do now. So you have to have an area selected before you do any automation. Because if you try to automate something, it's going to add an automation. What do you call these things? Whatever this is, I can't think of the official term for this, but the makeup, I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. So it'll apply that to the whole song. So now all of a sudden, as soon as I start recording, that's when my throat get all dry. But anyway, first what I'm gonna do, you can. I usually like to have a fail safe too, but you can right click. I hope you can see this. All right. Sorry, I had to cut it off for a sec. I just wanted to make sure that the menus and the drop down menus were showing or whatever. So, but anyway, all right. So What you can do is right click on the actual volume knob, because I'm going to be turning that down. But usually you can also init song with this position. I do that, but I also put in a failsafe. I'll highlight a small portion at the very beginning. And again, what I do is hold Control and then use your left click and drag. So right click, create automation clip. There you go. So even if for some reason the init automation position, init song with this position. Goodness, I can't talk. Even with that set, you'll have a fail safe just in case that doesn't work out. So, all right. So back to the original thing I was trying to do. So again, you highlight the area that you want to apply the volume change on. First, you go ahead and play it, and then you you play it, and then you go ahead and set your volume. Once you do that, then you can right click and use create automation clip. All right, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So it dropped this down to 85. Then right click, create automation clip. There you go. All right. I didn't want to have to edit this afterwards, so tried to just choose a smarter way of doing it. So that's how I did it there. So now when I play. Whoa, what happened there? Okay, well, for some reason, let's make Kevin look stupid. So I'll go ahead and edit this anyway. But for some reason, usually I can just set it. And oh, I know what happened. I need to move this. Alright, so let's try this again. Alright, so I moved this past the highlighted area, so it wouldn't FL wouldn't set the volume to this initial point here. So now it's at what? 85. Alright, now right click. 68. There we go. Cool. Alright. So let me just move this back now. Let's move that. Alright. So now if I play it this time. Alright. So that's a nice level for that now. Alright, so now I really like to start with my, I just wanted to show that real quick, but the best place to really start are your kick and your bass, your bass and kick instruments, because those are going to give the most level. Those are going to have the higher levels outside of most of the instruments that you're using. So, and just pay attention. You got to pay attention. But again, you're going for between -3, -2, and -3 dB. That's what you're going. That's what you're shooting for. All right. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and mute everything else. See, as you can see, because right now the level for the kick is at -5. Bass is also a little above, around like -5, a little above -5. And with both of those played, it goes over 0 dB. So again, that's where the leveling start to come in play. You want to get a nice nice combined sound. So that's what I'm doing right now. So that brought it down a little bit. I kind of want a slightly larger sound from the kick and the bass. Only slightly though. I want them to have a nice combined effect. So another thing. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. So it's that one hit that's making it go over. See, watch. Boom. See that boom is making it go over. Alright. I don't want to lose too much of this bass. So I may bring this down. So it's at least at 2. Alright. Alright, so now let's bring in the snare. Alright. I'll bring this down to -3. Alright. Yeah, the snare at a alright level. I wish it would quit stabbing through like that, but I guess I kind of do want that. Alright, so let's add in some of this other stuff. I just keep looking at this area here. All right, I'm gonna bring the hi-hats. Bring this down just a little. Right, that's good. That's fine. I can deal with that. All right. All right. That's good. It's in between that. That's fine. All right. So we're gonna have to change this value now. Didn't know that. All right, so let me update that. Make sure that this number Alright, here's a tool. Again, I thought I'd gotten this out of the way, but I guess I didn't. So this is the area that I need to look at. Alright, this is around 317. Alright, so I need to bring this down. 317. 325. Alright, bring that down maybe like 1 dB. Alright. After this filter has been applied. So now let's say 320. So basically, again, what I'm doing, I'm checking out to see where that peak is coming in after that filter. What's causing the levels to go over? Because you can see the levels aren't that loud, but somehow it's allowing this the master level to go over. So that's what I'm doing now. Trying to help with that process and take that down some. All right, 13, 19. Alrighty. Reset. Alright, so let's see if this helps out. Alright, now if this doesn't help anymore, I'm just going to put on a limiter. And get rid of that one little spike that's just bringing this over. It's getting on my nerves. So, yeah, alright. So we have this where at 80. Alright, we'll leave this at 80 for now. Actually, we'll just keep it at 80. Keep it at 80 throughout the whole thing. Possibly. Possibly. Limiter on this one too. All right, so what I'm going to do again, I'm going to repeat this process over and over until I get the file right. So I'll be right back, and then I can show you what the final mix looks like. All right. All right. I finished doing everything I needed to do. So a lot of stuff that I did, I have them on my headphones when I record, but I needed to listen to some stuff on the on my monitors as well. So while I had this paused, I took care of business with my monitors and headphones, and my studio monitor headphones. I mean, and leveled everything. I mean, the method that you saw me using before I put this on pause, I use that same method for every section in the track. I will highlight section and make sure that everything, everything was leveled between -2 and -3 dB. Now there was some troublemaker areas that were a little annoying. Usually what I do when I have like those like small little like 0.002% of the track goes over the dB that I'm trying to get, I'll put the limiter on here. Sometimes a sample might have a peak moment that's louder than its normal moment, and I put a limiter on there, or I'll like you saw, I'll look at the spectrum, dang, I can't even think, spectrum analyzer, goodness, and I look at what frequency is giving the most trouble, and then I'll take away from that frequency accordingly, as you saw me doing. So that's what I did for the rest of the track. Now, let me show you how to use this limiter. Very simple to use. Very, very, very simple to use. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing the track. Again, I don't want it to go any higher than -2 dB. So that's what ceiling is for. This is your ceiling. This is your gain. It's your saturation. But I don't really use this too much. I usually mainly work with the gain and the ceiling. So. So I just want you to see the peaks in this limiter as I do this. So you bring this down to -2. See that these little troublemakers that try to go through, little bastards. So well, yeah, this gives you that little ceiling that those little small troublemakers come through at, and that'll limit that from breaking through, and give you an even mix at 2 dB. So -2 dB, excuse me. So for the most part, everything is usually between, again, -3 and -2 dB. So just letting the track play through. Yeah, see, I'm using some things that's draining the CPU. What I'm going to do for the next video, when I master mixed vocals or master, one thing to always do when you're mastering, especially when you have a lot going on in the track that brings up this CPU here, go ahead and export this, and and then just master from the export as a wave too. So. And what I know I'm going to end up having to do when I get to the mastering phase, I'm going to need to bring this area here up just a tad. So basically bring this up a little bit, probably like right here. So you'll be able to get that curve. So we want that curve to be natural. It's a natural curve. So I'm going to need to bring this up. This will be brought out in the master, this area right here. So when I EQ in the master. So yeah, that was a track or whatever. Again, something experimental. Trying to get on that side for when I collab with Yagma, and so there you go. Again, next video will be about basically mastering the track, mixing on some vocals. I'm gonna find some vocals to put on here. This is a little small example of mixing in some vocals, but that won't be a part of the. Well, I guess for this exercise, it'll be a part of the final track, but they won't. You know, I'm just mixing vocals as an example, really. So, mixing the vocals, then the final master, and that's it. I'll probably record that tomorrow. Ears a little tired today. So there you go, man. I'll let y'all later. Peace out.